Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, what are we doing today? Clean by Pan the Organizer. Now this is his shampoo, 16 ounce shampoo. He also sells gallon size, and let me go over something really quick here because, or the specs really quick. I normally don't do shampoos or regular wash soaps, but I'm going to check this one out because, well, it's kind of controversial, and we expect it to be good. Let's put it that way. We expect it to be good. And now I can't say that anything, I can't say it's like the best I've ever used, honestly. The only thing you're going to get out of me today is like, hey, this is really nice or something like that, because I've only used maybe like 10 different wash soaps. So I really don't have, and I only use them sparingly, like once here and there. I don't use them on a like every other day basis like I do with rinseless washes. But anyway, the 16 ounce bottle, or 16 ounce, or I'm sorry, the 16 ounce bottle like I just showed you is $18.99. All right, so that's like your starter kit if you want to test it out. If you want the gallon size, and I suggest, you know, if you're going to go for it, if you need shampoo, just go with the gallon size. It's going to be so much cheaper because the gallon size is $64.99. So that's basically about 55, 57 cents an ounce at the gallon size. But if you go with the 16 ounce size, that's over $1 an ounce. So it doesn't really make sense unless you're testing to go with the 16 ounce size. So anyway, what makes this so nice? So let me go over a little bit of the specs, okay? Number one, he says they're premium grade, they're cosmetic surfactants. So cosmetic grade. What does that mean? It means that you don't need to wear these things, okay, when you're washing. And generally speaking, the other products that I've tested that use cosmetic grade surfactants, your hands actually feel a little bit smoother. If you're old enough to remember those old Palmolive commercials, you know, Madge, I'm soaking in it. That's kind of how it is. Like, it actually, it softens your skin. And if you use wash soaps that aren't cosmetic grade, you might know what I'm talking about. If you don't use gloves, at the end of the day, you kind of feel like your hands are all dried out, your skin is all dried out. So cosmetic grade surfactants typically, I've noticed that it doesn't really do that a whole lot. So, and it's biodegradable. He says readily biodegradable. In fact, no PFAS or forever chemicals. And I can't remember exactly what the PFAS stands for. Go to his channel, he'll explain it to you. So anyway, so he says it's got excellent lubrication and cleaning power. It is pH neutral. It's just a basic shampoo, okay? Rinses easily, leaves no residue. We're going to test that out really quick here. All right, can be used as a clay lube. So half an ounce in a 32 ounce bottle for clay lube, all right? As a bug pre-treat too. 1 ounce in a 32 ounce spray bottle. So more concentrated than you would use it as a clay lube, but you could use it as a clay lube in that concentration as well. Unfortunately, I had a 2-hour drive out here today. It is like 45 outside, or it was this morning, and not too many bugs were out. I'm really surprised because the front end of my car really didn't get splattered with bugs, so I can't really test that out today for you. But and it says can be used in the sun. So as you see behind me, we're in full sun right now, even though it is 50 degrees. I can't really test how fast it dries, but it is kind of windy. And again, it is like 50 in full sun. So, and again, safe on waxes, sealants, and coatings. So that's the rundown of it. Let's get to testing. In fact, let me show you what we're going to do with the test here. So hang on. All right, guys. So usually in a foam cannon, what they say, because he says use 1 ounce for really good soap, or use 1 ounce in a foam cannon for good foam, and use 2 ounces for great foam. But I'm not going to put a full 32 ounces of water in here. So what we're going to do, these are little half-ounce cups. I got 2 ounces because I do have 4 gallons in a bucket, so we're going to test it out. So we're just going to take a ½ ounce and add it to 500 mils of water, all right, because that's half of what you normally use. So I'm going to use half the amount. And then we're going to see what the foam we get, and then we're going to test it. We're going to add double, or we're going to fill it back up, and we're going to add another ½ ounce. All right. And I dumped a little bit of it on the table, so let me put another splash in here. All right, there we go. And well, let me get this on there. Let's go dump this in the bucket. We're gonna see how well that foams in a minute. But let me get the foam cannon set up, and then we're going to test. And in fact, I want to show you how dirty this is. Okay, super dirty. I mean, look at this thing. This is nasty. This is probably the dirtiest my car has been all year long, to be honest with you. So, and in fact, let me show you. There really isn't a 2-hour drive. There isn't any bugs on here to speak of. So anyway, just, well, that's what we're dealing with today. So let's get to testing. All right, guys, so we have our 1/2 ounce in the 500 mils of water. Let's, in fact, let me pick this off of here. And this is why you don't automatically ever go into a contact wash. You always foam and then rinse, because like today I have all kinds of stuff. It's a fall day. I have leaves, I have debris just falling on the car, and you want to minimize the risk of scratching. So you always foam and then rinse to get any of that like debris off the car. So let's test, let's see how the foam works with this. Wow, I gotta say, I'm really impressed, and it smells great. I'm stiffing my car here. Give me a sec. I really can't place a scent. It's just a really good scent, but I'm really surprised. This foams really well, and check this out. The foam is not running at all on the car. It's just on there, like, and it's pretty, it's a decently thick foam. And I used all of, well, let's see here. I mean, I used all of maybe 50 mils of product. I'm gonna add another 1/2 ounce in here, and I wanna see what kind of foam we get with another 1/2 ounce. If you were to put 2 ounces in a whole thing, we're gonna see how much foam we get at the 2 ounce. With the 1 ounce of foam per whole cannon, or 1 ounce of product, you get really good foam, and it's clinging. Look at this. This is not even running down. Like, this is shocking me. Not even running down. Fantastic. So let me add another 1/2 ounce. All right, guys, so it's been a hot minute, and you could see where I foamed it on a minute ago. Actually, it's been a couple minutes because I put more product. I put another 1/2 ounce in here. It is still on the freaking door. I mean, it's just finally starting to run off. This is super, like, it just sticks there. I didn't put on shaving cream suds. It didn't go on as like shaving cream foam, but it covered everything. So let's see how this is. And, well, yeah, let's get to it. This is shaving cream foam. Let me bring you up close. All right, guys, I want you to see this. Look at how thick these suds are. I mean, I put it on super thick, but like, that is some shaving cream foam right there. Now that I put it on super thick, it's actually running down. But look at this on the back. It's like where I didn't put on so thick, it's just stuck there. It doesn't even run down until you get it so thick that it literally can't stay there. In fact, on the front where I originally put the original amount, it's finally running off the door. And we're finally building up that foam on the ground. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just really gonna quickly, I'm gonna spray the windshield. I'm gonna get it all over the hood, and then we're gonna go into our wash. So we'll be right back. Oh, guys, this is some good stuff. There's two products I know of that I've tested or that I've used right now that with 1 ounce, okay, the equivalent of 1 ounce, well, actually, no, this is 2 ounces in an entire foam cannon. The DIY Detail Incredible Suds. With 1 ounce per 32 ounces, you get some really good suds. But this just sticks. And it provides really good foam, even at 1 ounce per whole foam cannon. And it sticks there. So anyway, let's get to the bucket here and get to, actually, I got to rinse. And then we're going to resuds really quick, because with all that dirt that was on there, I want to rinse. And yeah, well, let me go get my wand. All right, guys, so I'm going to rinse. Now, you saw how dirty the windshield was, so I'm going to try and rinse that off. I want to see if just the suds, if dwelling there, how much it actually removed and how clean it is. All right, the first thing I've noticed, this rinses super easy. This might be one of the best, like I said, I've only used maybe 10 different ones, but this rinse is super easy. Just everything off the surface. And I mean, even on the windshield, I see a little bit of the film left, but all that dirt is completely gone now. So I'm gonna finish rinsing the rest of the car that I foamed, and then we're gonna refoam really quick. All right, guys, I got it rinsed. I'm just gonna do another quick foam. I don't have a ton left in here. And then I'm gonna wash and see how it feels on the wash. Wow. I had just that little bit left. I still have some in here, and I just foamed half the car. This provides a ton of foam at that 2 ounces per 2 ounces per whole can in there, or like I did 1 ounce per 500 ml. So if you're doing a whole car, you do a foam rinse foam type thing, you're going to need a whole one. 2 ounces of product. Otherwise, like I did, just testing, I used 1 ounce. So anyway, let's get to the bucket. All right, guys. So if you remember earlier, we did a 2 ounces in the bucket. Let's see how this foams. Well, that foamed incredibly easy. Let me get the sponge, throw it in there, and let's see what we get. All right, guys, my choice, or my weapon of choice, are these flat outs from Auto Fiber. And oh my gosh, yes. 2 ounces in the bucket, plus the foam on here. This is super, I guess if lubricious is actually a word, this is super lubricious. It just glides across the surface. Wow. This feels amazing. fact, let me dunk, since this is skin safe. Yeah, even just by hand, you could feel the slickness. And again, this is 1 to 256 dilution in the bucket. So just like you would use a rinseless wash, you don't need to put 1 ounce per gallon, like a lot of other products out there. Wow, this is this just glides across. Like I really like rinseless washing. It's super easy, it's super fast. But if you have the chance, this is the slickness that you get with a good just shampoo. It's so enjoyable, especially when you see that foam. But I'm gonna finish doing the car, and I'll be right back. That rinse is so nice. Let's finish rinsing the front here. I mean, it hasn't left anything on the surface. There's no streaking. It's just drying right up. Let me hit the, oops, I missed the spot. Let me hit the windshield. Oh yeah. Well, this was a pleasure to use. This is truly, in my opinion, my humble opinion, definitely among the top ones that I've used. As I mentioned, I've probably only used maybe 10 or so. This, like for an all-in-one, I gotta say, like, I know his top list was very controversial to people, but if I was looking for a new car wash, all right, this stuff, shampoo. All right, guys, so you saw my initial wash, and I'm just gonna show you now some subsequent testing that I had done. In fact, I've gotten probably about 4 uses out of the bottle plus some testing, and basically what I've found out is that while it did work really good with 1 ounce in the foam cannon, I really got the ideal foam out of every foam cannon I tested, probably with 3 different foam cannons. Probably tested, and some of them with 1 ounce, it just kind of, it didn't give me the best foam, but I always got great foam using the 2 ounces in the foam cannon, so I would suggest that you always use it with that. Now, the other thing is, on the car, it's got a coating on it, the bottom of the door panels. When I was rinsing originally, I noticed that it was starting, the properties were starting to get masked a little bit. There was less water beading. And this actually did clean it up some to where I did not have to use water spot remover or anything like that. I mean, I'm going to have to, or I would have had to, but this definitely did remove some of that stuff that was masking the coating. So it is I would say a powerful cleaner. And then the other thing is, I've confirmed literally the rinse off on this is just next level. throughout, no matter what I had tested, I had tested this against a bunch of other stuff. Literally the suds, the soap with this just comes flying off the panel. It just rinses so easy, and there's nothing left behind. And you know, I think you could see that through all the videos, even the sped up portion here. Just the rinse, I don't even know how to describe it. If I could give an award to best rinse off for a coating or for a shampoo, this would be it. Honestly, it is just great. Slickness is really good, as I mentioned, and but is it the best? Well, here's my final thoughts coming up in a second, and well, here you go, guys. All right, the first part of that video with the SUV was recorded on October 9th of 2024, and the second part with the car was done a week later on the 16th. Well, it's now literally almost the middle of January 2025. So why did I wait so long to publish this video? Well, at the time I was recording the video, there was a lot of hype about the Clean line, but also a lot of distrust towards Pan, the creator of the Clean line. I figured it would die down, but sadly, this distrust is even the case months and months later. But anyway, you know, I really wanted to make sure that I wasn't falling kind of into the trap on either side of being either like so much of a fanboy or like a hater, I guess you could say. So I kind of waited and waited, and I reviewed my video and my notes every few weeks or so. And then I also recorded a new ending like 3 or 4 times now. Well, along the way, using more and more of the shampoo. And then finally, like, I just went through the entire bottle. So I think by now I can kind of give you an honest and unbiased opinion. Now, especially, you know, and I'm going to say this because so many other reviewers that I've seen videos on this now have come out and noted many of the things that I mentioned in my first impressions. So let's just get to the point. If you don't want to hear me ramble on, yes, it is an absolutely fantastic product, but is it the best? In my personal opinion, not quite. And let me explain. Let's just go over the pros and cons of the shampoo in order of my wash experience. And there's 7 of them. I got 7 pros and 2 cons. All right. Simple, should be quick. It is made with, number 1, first, it is made with cosmetic grade materials, which makes it more skin safe than products from other brands. You should always wear gloves when using chemicals, but this one is safer than other brands, okay? Number 2, it pours very easy from the bottle. You saw that in the video. It just dilutes super easy in the foam cannon too. It's just easy to pour, all right? Number 3, you only need 2 ounces in a foam cannon, which works out to a 15-to-1 dilution ratio, rather than the typical like 100 to 900 milliliter ratio, which is a 9-to-1, as a lot of others have the snow foams, the soaps, whatever, you know, in the foam cannon. Like if they say 3 to 4 ounces in a foam cannon, that's that like literally like 120 ml to like 80 ml, something like that. So even more. But anyway, number 4, the foam just sticks, and it sticks for quite some time. You saw that in the video. All right. Number 5, and it continued through, like, it's not just that first test, but like when you get that foam out there, it just sticks. Okay. Number 5, the dilution in the bucket is a simple 256-to-1, which is the same as a normal rinseless dilution. And well, you know how I love my rinseless washes. Number 6, the sponge feel is slick on the wash, and it really feels like you are doing no harm to the surface. The wash media just glides across. Now, I think you know what I'm talking about when I say this, because other products out there often really don't have a feel of like total slickness at their recommended dilution ratio. Now, last but not least, number 7, and here is where I would say that the shampoo is the best. And I say this after watching, at this point, probably hundreds of like soap or car wash videos, along with my own personal experience, and that's the rinse off. This soap just rinses so quick and easy off the paint, glass, and plastic that you will wonder why other brands you've used don't also rinse as easy. And I think you know what I'm talking about here too, because you know, you'll see somebody like they foam it on and then they start using their pressure washer wand like 6 inches from the paint, and they're kind of going across, they're working so slowly that you wonder if the soap is actually like doing anything or if it's just trying to stay there. Now, I mentioned 2 bad points, so what are they? You want to know, okay? First, the dilution ratio, and the dilution ratio was a pro because it's super easy to remember, but the dilution ratio, in my opinion, it's kind of lagging behind other top tier brands out there. Now, I'm not talking about that foam cannon, but rather the ratio in the wash bucket. So while other brands require an ounce per 4 gallons or a few capfuls at most, this one requires a full 2 ounces. So this ties into that second negative for me, which is the price. Because at $65 a gallon, it's really on the higher end of the cost scale for a pH neutral soap. Now this means that if I use 4 ounces per wash, all right, 2 ounces in the foam cannon, 2 ounces in the wash bucket, it's costing me nearly $2 a gallon, or $2 in product, and that's based off gallon pricing, okay? So just to put that into perspective, my favorite wash right now would only run you $1.20 in product. So that $2 is a 70% increase in cost over my current favorite. But would I and do I recommend that you try the Clean Shampoo? Absolutely. In fact, I've put my money where my mouth is, and after using up my original bottle that I bought and tested, I purchased another gallon to use in the upcoming year, which this leads me to my next point, which is that the U.S. distributor, the House of Rags, has been running specials here and there recently. And so I was able to get this gallon for not $65, but for 20% off, which really brings the cost down to around $50 a gallon. Now, I really wish I could offer everyone the same 20% off that I got with, but my discount code 2D10 only gets you 10% off. However, on the House of Rags, they do have bundled deals, and this is for non-commercial customers, okay? But they have bundled deals for you guys, your general consumer, okay, which at the time of this recording saves you 20% off as long as you buy 6 of the Clean products at once from the bundle selector screen. All right, so there you have it, guys. My long held off review on the Clean by Pan shampoo. So thank you for watching, and as the label says, keep it tight and keep it clean. Oh, by the way, folks, if you know what tight means, leave a comment below explaining that to me. So thanks again for watching, and I really hope you enjoy using the Clean Shampoo by Pan as much as I do. Nice. Well, that's a little disappointing. Let's do this again. I'm gonna go get some water. We're gonna redo the soap. We're gonna try again. For the culture, of course.